Welcome to Dwale TV. Thank you. Welcome back. Well, it's a weekend of boring games. Well, the two games that we were actually looking forward to, Chelsea, Arsenal, Tottenham, Liverpool, with all the hype and the expectations, the two games didn't live up to expectation, to be honest with you. So, in my view, it's a boring weekend for us. We proper football fans who are looking for that excitement, that explosion. Chelsea, Arsenal. We know what that kind of game gives. Tottenham, Liverpool. But if you watch the two games today, they were definitely very boring. And I try not to go back to Chelsea, but a fan told me, he said, Amo, please, why all this skepticism? And I said, it's nothing personal. I'm being skeptical because if you look at Chelsea, okay, I know I shouldn't be talking about Chelsea. We've done two podcasts and mainly Chelsea, those two podcasts. So, okay, let's talk about Tottenham, Liverpool. All right, for you Tottenham fans who kept talking about how unimpressed you are with your games lately, I do understand you. I quite agree with you. Looking at how you played today, the first half, you were very slow, and it's as if you've come to play for a draw. It's one of those kind of games that you'll be wondering, how come are they not ambitious enough? So that's what I got from the first half of the Tottenham Liverpool. But then come second half, Tottenham seems to find the gear and we're trying to, get back to, what we expected from them from the beginning of the game. But then it was too late. But then there was something very important we didn't talk about. Song. Heung-min Song. His absence today just said it all. Okay, there was no proper threat. There was no winger sprinting down, how you see Song in the final third, how he aggresses these defenders and goes in between defenders and all that. Nobody was doing that today for Tottenham. Hurricane is not a sprinter, so we all know that. So Tottenham didn't have anything much to offer, really. So it was quite boring. And Liverpool, who seems to be recovering from a series of bad performances, suddenly find a very comfortable zone today. They won their first away game of the season. So there isn't much to talk about regarding Tottenham Liverpool either. But for Tottenham fans, please be grateful, be gracious, be thankful, because if Conte wasn't in charge, you won't be at number 3. That's what you should be telling yourselves. You are at number 3 on that table. So that says it all. You're playing very badly, but you're still at number 3. And it's the reason I said a couple of podcasts ago that you Tottenham fans, you're taking the biscuit by having a go at your manager for not, playing, attacking kind of football that you expect. Forget about that. Let's leave Tottenham, Liverpool again. Right? Chelsea, Arsenal. Well, I have the right to talk about Chelsea all night. This is what I told the fan. I'm a Chelsea fan. So if I spend half of the time on this channel talking about Chelsea, yes, I have the right. So, Chelsea, in my view, I'll tell you why I'm being skeptical. I told the fan, okay, this is the same thing I'll tell our listeners. When Chelsea had a similar manager like Graham Potter, this was a couple of decades ago, Claudio Ranieri, he tinkers, changes players. It doesn't matter if you score 2-3 goals in the previous match. That doesn't guarantee you the next match under Ranieri. And what happened? He never got the results he wanted. He never got the fans' approval. So it wasn't a very happy marriage between Chelsea and Claudio Ranieri. We were grateful for him when he came in, but when he left, nobody really missed him. So now we have Graham Potter doing the same thing. He's showing the same pattern Claudio Ranieri had by changing players. When you see players like Aubameyang sitting on the bench, of course, I supported him taking him off because he was on a yellow, and there's no way any manager would want to play 10 against 11. So taking Aubameyang off was quite a sensible decision. But would Mourinho have done that? Your prolific striker? And we've never made use of Aubameyang. He's never got the services. This is a prolific striker. And people don't even know. There are so many problems going on with my club. I have to be honest. Because when you put top players on the bench, this is the beginning of stress. Proper stress. Who is the number 9 that we have that made you put Aubameyang on the bench? Aubameyang should be playing 90 minutes. We should get him to scoring goals. The guy came to Chelsea because of the manager that was sacked. And the current manager doesn't seem to favor him in terms of allowing him to play his game, or maybe we're not even playing to his strength. I suspect it's going to be the same problem as Lukaku. People thought Lukaku wasn't good enough. All these pundits and all this, mainstream media were just talking about what a waste of signing, 100 million. No, Lukaku wasn't a waste of signing. We never played to Lukaku's strength. That was the problem. Lukaku never changed. We tried to change him. So that's why we never got the best out of Lukaku. And we're repeating the same problem with Aubameyang. And most likely with Raheem Sterling. I look at Raheem Sterling now these days and I feel, what's the big deal? Maybe there's something Pep Guardiola had seen before allowing him to go that we're just finding out. Because Raheem Sterling, for me, doesn't seem angry or doesn't seem hungry enough like he was a couple of seasons ago at Man City. Every time he takes a ball on the wing, even when there was nobody in front of him, he turns around to pass the ball to midfield. Raheem Sterling normally takes the ball and just have a go at you. It takes people on. He runs towards the final third. That's Raheem Sterling we know. You watch his game at Chelsea lately. Every time he takes a ball, he's quite content to just take it, look around, pass. No, Raheem Sterling normally gets greedy. He's very selfish with the ball. But he's not doing that at Chelsea. Could it be the manager's style of play? Could it be him losing the appetite? I don't know. There are lots of things that makes me skeptical about Chelsea. And because we have a new manager who is not a world-class manager and is in charge of world-class players and is treating these world-class players like norm. Say, yeah, you're a player. No, your world-class players, your top players are your bread and butter. You need to make them happy. You need to try and give them everything they need to get you the goals, to get the best out of them. Graham Potter is not getting the best out of the best players in Chelsea. That is my suspicion. When you keep changing players in the top team, it backfires. It backfires. Look at history. It always backfires. And that's one of my main reasons of being skeptical. Okay, Graham Potter, I know he's at a big stage. He needs to exploit that stage. He's not yet a world-class manager. He's been given a world-class club with world-class players. And what does he do? He's acting as if he is still at Brighton. All these players that we have, I don't rate them. I don't rate them as world-class players. The players that Graham Potter has brought into the team, like Cucurella, yeah, a good left back. At Chelsea, it looks normal, it looks average now. He should have taken his game to the next level being at Chelsea. Is that manager's fault? Is it his fault? We need to ask these questions. Look at Koulibaly. Look at who else? Actually, let's talk about Chelsea's midfield today. Look at our midfield. Okay, we've lost our key midfield general, N'Golo Kante. We've lost another key player, James Reese James. You see, they're starting to get to my head. Chelsea. I've been so upset today. I don't even know why I'm talking about Chelsea again, but, I have to. When something is so painful, you can't get it over your head, can you? So it's all, everything is not going well at Chelsea at the moment. And I can't imagine what is going on behind the scene. Because we have N'Golo Kante, who is probably leaving at the end of the season because the contract runs out at the end of the season. He's injured. He's not going to the World Cup. When he comes back, before he got injured, Graham Potter doesn't use him as he would, the previous manager would have used him. He was substituted at the game when I thought you should have left him to continue. So without N'Golo Kante in midfield, without Kovacic in midfield today, look at what we've got. We've got Ruben Loftus-Cheek, we've got Jorginho, and they look average. The Partey and Odegaard were just running the midfield as if there was nobody there to challenge them. So there are so many things wrong with Chelsea, and don't think because out of 12 games or 13 we've only lost 2. We've lost 2 consecutive games. We lost 4-1 to a team we shouldn't have lost to, Brighton. Okay, all credits given to Brighton, but Chelsea don't lose to teams like Brighton. Excuse me, we are Chelsea. So, and now we've lost today to Arsenal when they weren't even playing particularly well. And you're telling me something is not wrong and I shouldn't be skeptical? I beg, that's fine. I've given you my reason for being skeptical. So, I don't know how you see it. But maybe you will see it my way after a while. But that's my view. A lot of things are not going right with Chelsea. And the manager doesn't seem to be on top of his game. End of story. So the next couple of games or few games would have given us the opportunity to continue on this topic. But unfortunately, we're only playing another game before the World Cup. And you know what happens when there's a break? You either come back and get your momentum, or your last momentum or your last bad spell gets worse. So fingers crossed for Chelsea. I'm really worried. And I think you all should be worried, Chelsea fans. And that's it tonight, really, peeps. It's not a celebratory night tonight. As a Chelsea fan, every time we get beaten badly or we lose when we shouldn't have, please, my apologies. So there won't be any boss from me for the podcast. So on that note, I'll say Eshegonio. Thank you very much. So we say good night and goodbye. Let's catch up tomorrow. And we do all the weekend's games tomorrow. I'll give you all the analysis and everything because I didn't see all the games today. So I'll have to wait and watch all the games on Match of the Day and then maybe catch up some on the other networks. But because I haven't done that, I can't really talk about the weekend's game. So we'll leave that till tomorrow. Okay? We love you, our fans. If you're watching for the first time, please subscribe and watch and, try to share the video. There are so many other things, that's coming your way. But for now, just enjoy the podcast. We love you and we'll speak to you tomorrow. Have a lovely Sunday evening rest. Ciao. Odaro. Ejegoni.